Hey, hello, it's me, Lucas again. So I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I sincerely apologize about that. As you may know, the last couple months have been a little difficult for me. My father had a medical condition, our car broke down at the beginning of January, and I've just kind of been struggling to handle all the stresses of life within the past couple months. And I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys and make a video about what's going on and just what's going on with me. I'm going to try to make it, not too long and not too stretched out. I just want to talk to you guys about what's going on with me, kind of an update about my life, and the channel, of course, because I've been uploaded in about a month and a half. So that's not a good thing. First, I'll start off just briefly with my dad. I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to get into too much detail, but he had a medical condition. He was hospitalized for about 3 weeks. He ended up being in the ICU for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I think it was. And then he spent an additional about week in the hospital, just kind of a normal hospital bed after that. And at the current moment, he's recovering at home, which is a good thing. We don't know how much he'll recover, but we're hoping for the best, and we're still praying for him and helping him along the way. And then back in January, the car's transmission went out, and we had to rely. I had to rely on my friends to kind of bring me to certain places. It's because we were without a car for a couple weeks, and I really appreciate all my friends that did that. That helped me with that. You know who you are, Thomas. You helped me out with going to one of my classes, um, and Ricky, if you're watching, you also helped me out. Your family helped out a lot, and all the other people that helped out as well. I really appreciate that because that helped out, of course, with just transportation until we were able to get a car. Unfortunately, the timing of everything was just horrible because our car died, and then we like set up this thing to order a car and to get a new car, and at that point, financially, we're not going to be getting a new car every 2 or 3 years. We're not that kind of people. We use a car until it breaks, until you can't use it anymore, or it becomes too much money. So we weren't in really the position to buy a new car at that point, but we were like, okay, you know what? We're just going to get a new car, invest in it. And it's a newer car. It's a 2017 Nissan, yeah, Nissan Quest. And we're like, hey, we're just going to invest in this, and this is going to last us for a long time. We can get it paid off. We're not going to worry about it too much. Um, but then, unfortunately, just a couple, just a little bit later on, my father ended up, having to go to the hospital, and he was hospitalized for a little bit, and that whole thing. So, of course, those are more things we have to pay for. And Dad, if you're watching right now, I know this might be a little awkward. I don't know. I know that you've just started recently watching my videos, and I appreciate that. Um, I didn't run this by you or anything, but you know, since you're home now, and I know I don't talk directly to you either that much, but since you're home now, I'm glad that you're home. I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad that you're here, and we'll get to know each other a little bit better. Um, but besides those two things, kind of those are the main things that have been going on with everything. So that's kind of the main reason why I haven't been uploading over the past couple months. It's just because it's just been too much. I can't upload. It's really difficult. And now I just want to talk about some of the other things that have been going on, some consequences of just the current life situation. So I mean, over the past, I know I made the video earlier, saying, kind of talking about my mental state and my mental health and everything like that. And I want to talk about that again. So I was really having struggles, just with everything I talked about in the last video. I've had struggles with depression. I've had struggles with, I don't know, just everything really in that whole category. And, like, I would say that if it weren't for my friends, if it weren't for the help I have around me, then I honestly might not even be here right now. I've had struggles. I almost did some stupid stuff. You know. Now here's the thing: if you're watching this right now and you know me, if you're like my friends around my age, then we can talk about it. But if you're not, don't reach out to me, please. I have this sorted out. Okay, I don't want. I really, and this is not a grab for attention either. I don't want. I don't know. I just don't. You don't need to be reaching out for me. You can pray for me. Don't talk to my parents about it. It's fine. We already know. My friends know. I'm now seeing a therapist about it, and I've talked to my friends about it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, especially the two friends that helped me out a lot. You know who you are, and I just wanted to say thank you because that really helped me out a lot. Um, and because of that and everything that's been going on, I haven't been able to do really much schoolwork at all. I've been really slacking off on schoolwork. It's been just so difficult. There's so much on my mind, so much going on. I just can't focus. I really can't focus. And again, I don't know if that's because of mainly because I'm homeschooled or what. Maybe I learned better in the classroom environment. Maybe not. In my mind, I'm like maybe I'm just a bad student. Maybe I'm not because I know when I went to back to the other school I went to for elementary school, in middle school, I did pretty well. I mean, I wasn't the highest like ranking student, but I did pretty well, and I would say I was a good student. But then as soon as I started homeschooling, things just went all out of proportion. I got really bad depression. I got isolated, all that stuff. So I would say there's good and bad things to both sides of the story there. But yeah, I guess really the thing I wanted to talk to you guys today is just an update. And even just saying this and even just putting this out there, it feels so much better already because I don't know, just sharing what you're going through and telling someone what's going on, it makes you feel just 1,000 times better, honestly. And that's something I've really been struggling with doing is just letting people know how I feel. Not to be a drama queen or anything, but just genuinely, letting your friends know how you feel, um, and just being honest with them. So that's really something that I've learned from these past couple months and really benefited from. Yeah, and I really appreciate everything that my friends have done for me. I would say another thing is that um, also telling these like there's some people that like the other day one of my teachers in the class I'm taking that I'm just taking for I'm just taking it because like it's not actually for accreditation. I'm just taking it because I was asked to be in it. But after class, ask me, because they know everything that's going on. So they ask me, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing all right? What's going on? And um, like I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna be on. He asked how my dad was doing. I said, I kind of said that, and then a little bit later on, he just asked, hey, but how are you doing? I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna be honest here, and I just said exactly what was going on, and I could tell that he cared, and I could tell that people care, and that's just something, sometimes I can't get through my mind. When I get to those dark places, I don't think rationally. I can't think straight. I really can't, be a rational person. Um, and I can end up doing stupid stuff. But thankfully, I haven't done anything too stupid already. And yeah, and again, it's all thanks to everyone for the prayers, thoughts, and really help that I've been getting. Speaking of which, one more thing I wanted to touch up on before I move to the next subject is, I've been going to therapy for the past about month now. Um, and this is a therapist I've talked to before, but now I'm actually being open with him. I'm actually just telling him everything that's going on. Before, for some reason, I was still really nervous to talk. I just didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to I just didn't want to do anything. I was just quiet. I would literally sit in the room and not say anything for like, or say it was like it acted as if I was a prisoner of war in an interrogation room, trying not to say anything. That's how it acted, and I really regret doing that because I don't know. Again, that was something that I was just really struggling with, and that was something I just couldn't handle at the time. I don't know why. But it could have prevented some other stuff from happening if I had just at least talked to him and been able to communicate with him. But I'm now on antidepressants. That's the first time I've ever been on it. Um, I don't know if it's been working. I feel like it's been working. I'm not sure if that's the placebo effect yet, but around this time it should start being in its full effect. Hopefully it will help a lot. Over the past week and a half, I've been able to do a little bit more schoolwork. I've been a little bit more focused on that. So I'm really thankful about that. But, wow, I've already been talking for 10 and a half minutes. I'm going to move on to the next one. Next subject we're talking about today is we're talking about just the future and what I'm going to be doing in the future and what my plans are for the future. And we're going to talk about some brighter things. We're going to talk about some fun things. So, One of the near future things that are going to happen, really near future, is I'm going to finally start driving, and I know this for a fact. My friend Ricky and I, he's a couple years younger than me, but he's old enough to even to have his license, and he doesn't yet, and I don't yet. And I'm 18 and a half. But we're going to be going to get our permit probably soon. I'm not sure when, but we're going to eventually get our permit. Well, I can't say it that way, because if I say it that way, then it's never going to happen, eventually. But over the next, hopefully, week and a half, we are going to actively go together and go to get our permit. The specifications for me, and I think maybe even him, since he's already 16, I'm not sure, but for me, since I'm 18, I'm pretty sure the specifications are like you have to have a certain time limit for it. Like I don't have to wait 6 months. I just have to do it a certain time period. So I'm fine with that. Again, I'm still not in too big of a rush, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, oh well, it would be nice to be able to drive and stuff. I will be getting my first car, and that car will be a 2001 Suburban, and it's like a beige color one. So yeah, they're not the best in terms of fuel efficiency. Honestly, I would have liked something like yes, you're gonna laugh at me, I would have liked a Prius because it's so darn fuel efficient. But I get what I get, and pretty much someone's helping us out that have heard of what's going on, and they heard about us, and they're like, hey, we want to help you out. We'll give you this car. So they're helping us out with that, which is really appreciative. I am really appreciative of that, because I was planning on buying one. So, I'll buy that. And with that comes my next kind of point is I'll be able to vlog more. I will be able to go out, do fishing videos. I'm so excited about that. That's something I really have a passion for, is fishing and vlogging, like just talking to you guys, interacting with you guys. I know you guys are out there. There's 125 of you guys out there. You guys are out there, and I know you're there. Of course, I don't get 125 views every time, but that's besides the point. The fact is, I do have a small audience, and that audience, you guys are my friends, and I appreciate you guys spending your time being here. And I love doing this regardless. So yeah, that's kind of one of the last points I want to touch up on. I guess one more point I want to say is I've been thinking about my long-term goals in terms of what do I want to do in life. And I know I'm still 18, and it's a good thing to be thinking about, but it's not something I should be stressing about too much, I think, at this point, because I try to plan everything out in my head, and if I don't think it's going to go the way I think it does, then I get really, really stressed, and that's not a good thing, because you don't need to. It's kind of like subconsciously stressing out about nothing, But I've been thinking either going to seminary, I'm still considering that, or after I finish high school, go straight into what do you call it? Oh, probably going to the Tennessee Promise, like doing a 2-year college. I'm not sure yet. Doing some sort of like really cheap college around here. I want to get at least 2 years of college in. If not, maybe do 4 years, depending on what the situation is. Again, I'm not gonna think about it too much, because then I start stressing about it. It starts that whole roller coaster of bad things in my head. But then after that, I was thinking honestly just going to law enforcement. I've really been attracted by that. This kind of like the whole idea of law enforcement, and helping out the community. I want to be like that hip cop. The guy that's going to be playing with the kids. If of course I'm not gonna just spend all day playing, but you know what I mean. I want to be relatable to the community. I want to, being a police officer does not mean just arresting the bad guys. It means helping people out. It means when it's raining outside and it's really cold and someone's broken down on the side of the road or has a flat tire, you're going to go out and you're going to help them with that flat tire. You're going to change that tire for them. You're going to, whatever it might be. So it's not just arresting people and being like, oh, I'm a cool guy, I'm a hero, I'm a cop. No, it's not that. It's so much more. So, I don't know. Those are just some things that have been going on in my mind. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I really appreciate all of you guys' support. Oh yeah, one last thing. I cut my hair, of course. You can see it looks a little ugly. I know. I kind of like the fro. I had a little mini fro. But it is what it is. It'll grow back. Wow. 15 minutes. I think it's about time to end this video here. Hopefully this was one cut. I think this was a one cut video. I think this was one of my first one cut videos. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, guys, I really appreciate you guys for being here. We're going to just end this video here. So thank you guys. And I guess I'll just see you guys in the next one.